Aries, welcome back for the Divine Feminine update. For those of you who are new, welcome. If you are new and you wish to join us for the live sessions, I'm on the channel probably about 11 times a month. So if you have any questions, you can come along, and I do give away free readings as well and questions. If you are wanting to book a reading, the link is below. It's very simple. Follow through to the website and it takes you through the process. As well as a new channel will be launched as of 2019 for those of you who are twin flames, and that is all directly connected to the twin flame journey, tools, etc. Okay, let's have a look at what's going on for you guys, and for those of you who are the tribe, hello again. Now, in the past, the frequency of what was coming through was perhaps you had wanted to really communicate your truth about what was going on within the connection. You might have had some conversations, there might have been some things that went through, and there's confusion and meditation connected to this situation. Currently, where you're feeling, and this has been coming through for a lot of the twin collective at the moment, is the aspect of the Venus retrograde moving forward into the direct, really wishing to have the clarity as to what's going to happen and how it's going to go. You know, all very dependent on who you're dealing with and how their blocks are. So definitely look at their reading to cross-reference between the two and any additional messages you might get. At the moment, you're really wanting balance and justice in the connection. Moving forward, due to your frequency, I feel it's a frequency-related dynamic, and especially since we are recovering from a whole year transitional stage, you sort of have this feeling coming through, you know, is there any potential? Is there any growth within this connection? Is there a possibility that perhaps it could go to the next level? The way you're viewing them, both in the past and in the current tense. In the past, you might have reconciled and really thought that the connection was going to move to the next level. Currently, you're feeling whatever they're dealing with, it's just there's an imbalance within the connection. You don't know whether it's them or whether it's directly between the two of you. And again, the way you're looking at it in your side is you just want them to make a decision. In the future, you still have this hope that they can get the balance within themselves and they can come to a place where they're more open to have connections. You had a great desire in the previous connection you had with your twin. You saw a potential that it was actually moving. So whatever did transpire, you did try your absolute best. You know, there is desire connected to, you know, this fresh start that you had. And some of you may be a Libra in frequency. But again, I'll go into all the elements I'm seeing coming through. But regardless, this is the frequency of this energy. Currently with the discord, it's feeling as though it might be in relation to partnerships in general. So I'm not feeling a karmic frequency with anybody else. And if they are in a karmic relationship, I do feel they're going to be coming out of it. Whatever is going on, again, I am feeling it is at a frequency level with them that it's financial. And when it comes to them taking their power back, it is them actually, you know, again, communicating with you in relation to what has happened in their life and them taking their power back. Again, I do feel it is an aspect of their awakening that's going on. And they're going to communicate the fact that they feel this connection's not over. Whatever happened in the past between the both of you, I do feel that, you know, it really distorted your perception of connections. It really made you have a good hard look at connections. Okay? So any communication you had, it might have been very confusing. And again, Mercury going retrograde, it's going to bring up all those old frequencies where you're going to be reflecting back on it. But moving forward, I feel you to be in a very strict energy that you want to know what's going on moving forward. You're also seeing the falseness, currently speaking, in any justice or, again, it can be contractual situation, feminines. And moving forward, again, the blessings in it, you're questioning whether there is going to be a blessing in this situation. Your feelings towards them. It might be that you feel every time you get somewhere, something else becomes a priority. And you feel there's an immaturity in the way in which it's handled. About the past, you feel that they fed commitment. And what you are seeing is that you have some choices to make in relation to the connection with your twin and moving forward. You still have them in your mind. I do feel there's going to be some aspect of communication or judgment. Clarity I'm hearing in relation to what happened in the past. But again, it's almost like compartmentalizing things in their correct order so that you're able to move forward into the new chapter with your twin. Okay, what you're wanting to see change is the indecision. You want them to truthfully be able to be, and it's not that we ever get to a point where we're safe. And when I say that, hear me out. The mindset of knowing that you've done a great deal of work is the assurity of safeness. So it's not an ego-driven energy where they're directly defining you. It's the look connected to them that you are feeling sad for their frequency, that you want them to feel sure and have what that you feel they're entitled to. But you feel each time they reach that pinnacle, something takes them back. And again, it can be financial. It might be old fear-based frequencies that you've already well and truly lived, and it's very ironic that it's coming through in their frequency, because it's almost irritating you to the point you're looking at it going, I've already been there. And it's like you're looking at the other side of your old self in this masculine, and it's frustrating you because you know what you went through. Your intentions directly are to hold the hope. Like, you do hold hope in it because you can see the transformation happening or sense it at a very 5D level and an emotional level. Whatever actions they're directly taking, you know it can't go on forever the way it's going. And the possible outcome right now is letting go of it so that it can transform. A lot of times, and it's not letting it go to the point you're walking away, it's letting go and let that transformation happen. It's actually saying to you that there's nothing you need to do. That it's not, don't come to a place of questioning that you haven't done enough work. It's more so the factor that it's tying up of the loose ends at a karmic level. In related to communication, if they are or were in a third-party situation, it's saying they want to communicate with you, but it will, at this point, with the tower moments occurring, cause dramas. But you might hear through the grapevine messages directly from them, or that they can't communicate with you due to what is going on currently. Other people influencing you right now. Okay, it's very 4D energy. Now, 4D energy is where we're really run down. And especially when we're having our Kundalini awakening, a lot of us are transferring over to a place where, how do I put it? In a fatigued state with retrograde, with Venus going direct, Mercury going retrograde, what happens is as sleeping state becomes interrupted. When that happens, the REM state, the 4D, you know, it's almost like our alliances of the good and bad come through in that frequency. So we can get to the point where attachments can happen. Now, with attachments, it can be where you take on the disposition of a very negative energy. And again, because you are directly tuned into your twin, you can actually pick up some of the channeling from their frequency. So you do have to be mindful that fluid, adequate sleep, perhaps exercise to help you cope with the frequency of the transformation, especially when you're getting very tired. You're actually having an upgrade. So it's the external people around you may trigger you with their communication. It might be videos on YouTube. Again, try and get some meditation time in there. I'm by far saying don't look, but definitely get to a point where maybe you can have a day off or a time out, even if it's just half an hour at night time prior to bed, where you're actually tuning out of everything that's being downloaded, which is people's perceptions, so you can discern between what's your field and what's theirs. Because your potential of movement forward is everything you want, you're going to be able to manifest. But you need to get the frequency balanced again with all the downloads and the upgrades that you're currently going through. Now, how others are influencing your masculine, they're not, okay? They've made their mind up. So if anything, they're more doing 3D work. They're also keeping the cards very close to their chest. Their heart chakra, I feel, is healing. And again, the movement forward is boding very well. But again, it can be getting finances in order, okay? And I'm feeling this very heavily, that you're picking up on turmoil on this side, or the old frequencies that you're purging that happened prior, you're somehow letting them govern the future moving forward. It's not going to define it, but unless you can jump out of that frequency of what transpired in the past and that there is a potential risk, you know, this card will very much be not happening. So you have the power to transform that as your key work to do in the next week, 2 weeks. At a financial level, you may be frustrated that all the time, you know, you needed to do things. Now, the interesting thing is feminine has taken on the feminine energy again. That is why you guys are feeling fatigued at the moment. Also, in love, you know, you don't have to do all the work. Let it evolve to the point they can do some work too. Your mindset has changed, yet your old body. So the soul has moved forward, but the body hasn't caught up yet. Again, that's another reason you're fatigued, is understanding that it doesn't have to be that old frequency, right? Trust in the process that it's evolving. If you need to have work on your blocks, come through, book a reading, and I can work with you. Now, in their financial sector and what they're directly putting their energy into, you might feel everything on the financial level is okay. And this has been coming through very heavily. It may not be, okay? It might not be as you think. Now, even if they were in a karmic connection and they're coming out of it, that no longer is the status, okay? So that's changing. Again, job-related dynamic. I can literally see them sweeping up old frequency. It's old energy. And again, check your patterns of what is directly going on in your life, because that's actually going to dictate what you're dealing with is very similar to what they're dealing with. When we're really quickly tying up loose ends, it's a direct indication that something's coming in extremely quickly. So you need to pay attention to what's happening in your 3D life. With love, they're more hanging out with their friends than directly, and they're also going to want it to be quite playful. But I don't, if anything, they're just trying to clear the deck so they can have this in love. So don't take it personal if they come across all playful when things aren't looking all bed of roses and we can start right away. Because at the moment, their path forward is they're leaving an old home behind. They're leaving an old energy of a life behind. And even if it physically looks like it has been, it's the debris after the fact of leaving a given situation that was stable at one point in their life, which it hasn't been for a while now. So they're cleaning up the old energy. I don't feel I keep feeling there's no connection here, as in I don't feel a connection with this person. Even at a 3D level, if they, I was going to swear then, and I don't know why, they're peeved. Even if they aren't with the person, I think they have a foul mouth, because I can hear it. They're very mad at this old frequency. It's a mess, okay? So they're tying up the loose ends and, again, compartmentalizing things so that, because this is their intent, this is their goal. Fix the financial situation, get back to being in a happy space so that they can be open to love, because they have left this behind. Here, they've left it behind. Then it comes through where the work's done, sorting out finances. Then it comes through where they're sorting out accommodation. Then it comes through where it goes to friends to lovers, okay? So there's a transfer of it. There is movement. If you are wanting a booking for me to look directly into your situation, as I said, go to the link directly below. Otherwise, join the tribe and get the support and I can help you work with any blocks perhaps that you're dealing with. Love and light.